Welcome. Hello. Songs of freedom. Won't you help us sing these songs of freedom, Bob Marley? Ancient songs. There's a certain part I want specifically. Welcome to my video, guys. Welcome. There's a part I want. Okay, listen. It says, a man is spared yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. So I'm starting with that today. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria and welcome to the voice of the ancestors. Yeah, so in today's video, I want us to talk about a very interesting topic that is very interesting to me. I love it and I would love to shed light on it. I would love to go deep into it today. So what are we going to talk about? Come closer. Let me feed you in. So in today's video, we're talking about African spirituality. Yes. Welcome. Yes, today the zone is all about African spirituality. African is the theme. African, everything Africa. So I want us to dive deep into this topic. But before we get into that, I would also like to point out that on this channel, I'm not just going to be going into spirituality, but I'll also be going into other aspects like mental health. Yes, I want to be sharing my journey with mental health, my struggles, the trials and everything that I've been going through. Because I believe through sharing my story, through sharing my experiences, I can be able to impact someone out there. I can touch other people's lives through my own experience. And also, I want to be helping others find their purpose. Like if you're feeling lost and you're out there and you feel like, okay, I'm lost, you know, I don't know who I want to be. I don't know what I want to become. I'm very lost. Like a lot of people are very lost. I've been there, you know. I've been at that point in life where I'm confused, like, you know. And at times, lack of purpose doesn't mean that you don't have a job. There are people that are in jobs, people are in certain careers that are not really living their purpose, but they're doing jobs that are draining them, jobs that they're not happy doing, like they're working in jobs 24/7 and they're not happy. So purpose is not you having a career. Purpose is not you having money. Purpose is not you having material wealth. Purpose is something that intrigues passion in you, something that lights you up, something that you feel like you want to do and you not even notice that time is passing. That is what I mean when I'm talking about purpose. But we're going to get into purpose and the entire other details of it in the other videos on this channel. And then also on this channel, I'll be sharing my stories as a single mom. I'm a single mother. I have two amazing children. I had my first child at the age of 19. So that 19 gets us where I want you guys to go with me. I gave birth at a very young age. I'm a young mother. I have two kids. In the space of 7 years, I've had two kids. So I've gone through a lot of challenges. I've had a lot of challenges on my journey as a single and a young mother. So on this channel too, I would like to also show support to other single mothers. I want to create a platform, a community where we can come as single mothers. You don't have to really be single, but struggling mothers, people that, well, if you relate to my story in a certain way, if you feel like you relate to my story, you relate to whatever it is that I'm going to be sharing on this channel, you don't have to be a single mom. You can be married, young, but still struggling. But for my case, I am a single mom. I'm a single mom. I've had struggles as a single young mom, but it doesn't have to be the case for you. But if you relate in any way to the stories, to the content and the videos, plus the posts that I'll be sharing on this channel, then this channel too is for you. And then also, I'll be also engaging in content relating to love and relationships, like how you can attract love in your life, how you can attract the right person, and not just in regards to love, but how you can also attract love in regards to relationships like friends, those kinds of relationships. It doesn't have to just be, couple kind of love, something like that, but friendships and stuff like that. So that is all going to be here on this channel. And I would love to ask you guys to come and journey with me, to come and walk with me. Let's take this path together. Let's create a supportive community where we can share our stories, where we can come, talk, listen to Gloria talk, relate with my stories, share your own experiences with me, and let's grow together. And then why am I putting all these things? Like, why am I bringing purpose? Why am I bringing mental health? Why am I bringing love and relationships? Why am I bringing purpose together with African spirituality? Well, because it is through African spirituality, my journey. I started my spiritual journey 2 years ago, 2022. I started my spiritual journey, and it is through this journey that I've been able to heal most of my traumas, that I've been able to see growth, that I've been able to see changes in my life as a single mama, as a young person with no purpose. I've been able to find my purpose. I've been able to find myself and what it is that I'm supposed to be here doing in this life. I've been able to heal mentally because I've had a lot of mental health struggles, a lot for so many years, like 3 years down, mentally down. But I'm okay. Well, healing is a journey, but I'm at a space in my life, or at a place in my life where I'm peaceful, where I'm happy, and I feel, because my mentor said that you don't really have to be there, but wherever it is that you are in your journey, you're better than someone. There's always someone behind you. At every level in life, at every stage in life, there's always someone behind you. So I believe, so far with my experiences, so far with everything I've been through and the lessons I've learned, the experiences that I have and everything that I've learned, I believe I have something to share with someone out there. So if something that I share here touches you in any way, let's roll. Continue with me, join me, hop on to my journey, and let's roll. Yes, and also I want to explore African spirituality because I feel like it is a topic that is often overlooked. So I want to shed light on it so that people can understand it more. So let's get into this video. And why did I start with Bob Marley's song? And just to note, I don't have any rights on this song, the song that was playing, Redemption song, but I thought I should use it because it has a specific part of it that relates to the message that I want to deliver today. So it says, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. I repeat, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. Free yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. And where am I going with that? And this message is especially, well, for everyone, but especially for my fellow Africans. I'm African, very proud. I'm a very proud African. So this message is for my fellow Africans. Let us emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves, only ourselves can free ourselves from, only ourselves, none but ourselves can free our minds. It is only you, it is only me that can go in and decide and wake up and like, today I'm freeing my mind. Gloria, I'm free. So where am I getting with this? So African spirituality, let's get into it. We'll get there. So guys, what is African spirituality? When I talk about African spirituality, what comes to your mind? What do you think? What comes to your mind when I talk about African spirituality? Well, African spirituality is a topic that is often overlooked and misunderstood. Misunderstood by so many people out there, including my fellow Africans. Sorry guys, I'm laughing, but yeah, Africans, misunderstanding, misjudging, not understanding African spirituality. It's like me, Gloria, misunderstanding me, not understanding me, and judging me. It is some sort of, I don't know, let's call it lack of self-love or something like that. Because when you don't love yourself, when you judge yourself, when you criticize yourself, they categorize it under self-love. So Africans too are part of the big category that misunderstands African spirituality. So when we think of Africa, we tend to think of Africa in regards to the beliefs and the religions that were introduced to us by the white man. Well, when I say white man, what do I mean? This is not about color actually, but I'm trying to call a spade a spade. The white man, our slave masters, yes, our very own slave masters, our very own oppressors. These are people that came to our lands, took our lands, took our diamonds, took our resources, the gold and everything, and didn't just take the materials, they didn't take our resources alone, but they took our people too. They enslaved us for so many years, and until this day, many of our people in Africa, or wherever it is that Africans are residing, whether be it in America, be it in Europe, all parts of Africa, Africa inclusive, so many of us are still slaves of our slave masters. And like, I know somebody's going to be like, Gloria, slavery ended. We are independent. You know, we want our freedom back. We are independent. No! Africa is not independent. This is why I started with this song. Emancipate ourselves from mental, like the head, the mind, the mind. Emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. So we thought or we think we are free, but in actual sense, Africans, we are not free. We are not free. We are still slaves mentally. We are still slaves on a mind level, on a mindset level, on a mental level. And what do I mean? Well, I'm not trying to insult anybody. I just want to make sense of my message. And I want to make sure that my fellow people, my fellow Africans get exactly what I'm trying to say. Africans, I want to make it a point that prior to colonialism, before the arrival of colonialism, before the arrival of Christianity, before the arrival of these other religions that were introduced to us, before Islam, our ancestors, or we as Africans, Africa as a continent, we had our own beliefs. We had, you're going to make me do mistakes in this video, but let's continue. We as Africans, Africa as a continent, we had our own traditions. We had our own spirituality. That is where today's topic comes in from. African spirituality. And I would like to ask, in fact, I don't know how to put it, but I would like to put this question in people's minds, especially my fellow Africans. I want you guys to take this question deep. I want you, when you leave this video, I want you to sit back and reflect, like Gloria said this and this, but she left me with a question that prior to the coming of colonialism, prior to the coming of Christianity, prior to the coming of Islam, who do you think, or where do you think our ancestors, and when I say ancestors, I mean ancestors is anybody that has been here, like I am here right now, I'm alive, I'm inside my body, I'm still alive. But when I die and transcend, or when I die and go to the other side, the spirit side, I become an ancestor. An ancestor doesn't have to be an adult. A kid of 2 years is your ancestor once they have died and crossed over to the other side. So I hope I'm clear on the definition of ancestors. So ancestor is anybody that has been here, whether it is your mom passed away, that is your ancestor, whether it is your auntie, whether it is your uncle, whether it is your grandpa, whether it is a kid in your family, a small kid, even your own child. When your own child dies, they become an ancestor in the family because they've gone. So the question is, who as Africans, who do we think, or how we should put it in our heads, who do you think our Africans used to pray to? Or how do you think our ancestors, did I say how our Africans? Let's continue. So who do you think our ancestors used to turn to for help? Just like you turn to Jesus, just like you okay, let me go kneel, pray, kneel in church and pray. Who prior to coming of these religions, prior to these beliefs coming in, how do you think our ancestors used to pray? How do you think our ancestors used to go about in regards to beliefs, spirituality, and tradition? There must have been something in between there. There must have been something. So that is the question. I want you to keep it in your minds and reflect on it after the video. Even now, you can still reflect on it, but we're still going ahead, but still keep it in mind. So as Africans, let's keep in mind, and I'm still emphasizing it because that is the point. We had our own spirituality. Your grandfathers, your grandmothers, your great-great-great-grandfathers, prior to the coming of everything slavery, had their own beliefs, and that is African spirituality as a big umbrella. And African spirituality has so many other categories, but as a big umbrella, it is African spirituality. So Africa is a big continent with various tribes, various sections, various regions. And as such, our African spirituality or our spirituality also differed by region. I can go like I'm a Ugandan. In Uganda, we had so many sections, like the Bachwezi in western side of Uganda. I'm from that side. You know, the Baganda also had their own section under African spirituality, who the Kabakas, the kings, used to believe in, and still until today these things still exist, like in the kingdoms and stuff like that. And then in also West Africa and different parts of the world, well, not the world, but in Africa, like generally Africa. So what is African spirituality? And I want to get deeper into it so that we can be able to understand behind the curtains of fear, because we have been made to fear African spirituality. We have been made to fear our own, who we are, our own heritage, our own roots, our own people, our own, history. Like, we've been made to fear it. Africans fear African spirituality. They're scared. They call it different names. Juju. They called it witchcraft. But what is it, like, deeply, like, what is it at its core? So African spirituality at its core is about us embracing, is about us remembering our roots and understanding our place in the universe. I repeat, it is about us embracing and remembering and understanding our place in the universe. And it is also about respecting and honoring nature. And when I speak of nature, what do I mean? Nature, water, air, the air you breathe in, fire, land, trees, everything that is green, everything on land, everything in air, the herbs, the trees, the animals, everything, that is all part and all that is embraced under African spirituality. It is about honoring nature. It is about honoring our ancestors. And I'm also going to emphasize on the part of honoring our ancestors. And it is also about honoring the spirits and the guides that guide us through our lives, through our current lives, through our journeys in this life. So back to the honoring. A certain time back, there's when I posted something on my status on social media, and a certain friend of mine, I would love to share this story specifically. A certain friend of mine saw what I was posting, and he texted me. He's a Muslim, and he's like, this your tradition, this African spirituality and everything you're posting, these things, I think you're into a certain kind of worshipping, but I think like worshipping dead people or something like that. You're into some kind of dead people worship, these people that you're calling your ancestors. These are dead people. And he even made a phrase. He was like, how can someone that has died, if they can't help themselves that have died? How if they can't help themselves that are dead? Like he was emphasizing on the fact that they are dead. So how can someone that has died be of help to you? How can you say you're worshipping someone that is dead, someone that has passed on? So first, I would like to go into the fact that I would like to shed light on the fact that we don't, in African spirituality, we don't worship. We don't worship ancestors. We don't worship dead people, Africans. Your traditions, your history, your spirituality is not about the worship of dead people. But what is it about? African spirituality at its core is about honoring. Honoring what? How does the word honor sound to you? Like in your mind, like honoring. We honor and respect those that have been here before us. Those that have paved our way for being in existence, like those ones that have paved way for our existence. Because if my grandmother's grandmother was not here, I wouldn't be what I am today. I wouldn't be seated here on camera and talking about African spirituality. I wouldn't be a mother. I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be this age if my grandmother's grandmother and grandmother didn't exist. And these people right now, most of them are past. So when I say we honor and respect, what do I mean? Just like you also wake up and greet your parents, talk to your mom, like this is my mom, mommy, good morning. Because in my family we were raised, every time you wake up, the first thing you have to do, go and greet your dad. You kneel down and you're like, good morning. You're like, good morning. And the day you don't greet, the day you miss greeting my dad, like, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Africans can relate, like, you don't greet your parents, are you okay? Something like that. So when I talk about honoring and respecting those that have been here before us, that is what I'm trying to mean. Like, we respect them. We remember people that paved way for us, for our existence, for our heritage, for our bloodline. Because it is in your bloodline, in your veins, runs the blood of all your ancestors. And you can't number the number of ancestors you have. Like, they are numerous. There are so many. Imagine generations after generations after generations after generations that have all been there before you. And you think they don't know you? They do. You think they don't know you? You think your great and great and great and great and great 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 grandmothers don't know you? They know you. So let's put it like this. Let's say life is a game. Life is a football match where Messi and all those other football players are playing. And for this instance right now in this video, I am the Messi, you're the Messi. We are the players right now. And life is the football match. So we are the players. So in African spirituality, when we talk about honoring, why are we honoring people that are out of the game? Why are we honoring the so-called people that you chose to say dead people? So why are we honoring these so-called dead people like you choose to call it? Well, in African spirituality, we believe that our close family members, your grandmother, let's say like your mom passes today and she goes out of the game. She's out of this football game. She's out of this football match. Your sister dies. You lose your grandmother. These people are close to you. These people are close to you. So we believe that our people that have passed on or have transcended, and also let me make it clear that there's this belief that we have us in spirituality, that when a person dies, this person has not died, because we have been raised to think that when someone dies, you have to cry, you find people crying, oh, this person has gone, he has gone, he has gone, he has gone, and everything. But the truth of the fact is, this person has not gone anywhere. This person is still around you. Your late aunties, they're always moving around you. They're everywhere. Spirit is everywhere. The only thing that happened is they transcended. We believe that when a person comes into this life, they always have a purpose. Each and every person has a purpose why they are here. Gloria has a purpose. It is like going for a mission, like how soldiers go for their missions, how police officers go for their missions. What is the best example I can give? Let's use that. Like you go in for a mission. So life is like a mission you come into, and you have a purpose. Each and every person has a purpose that is predetermined prior to your coming in. Your purpose is predetermined. Wait a minute. I don't know. How does this hair look? It looks good, right? Yeah, it looks good. So each and every person has a purpose or a story or a destiny they have to fulfill in this life. It is predetermined prior to you coming in. Your story is written prior to you coming in. And when that story has an end, when that story comes to an end, when that story end comes, Tamu sorry. That made me do mistakes in this video. But when your story comes to an end, you have to get out of the movie. You have to go out of the football match. And of course, you're not going to go out flying. You have to leave your body. So in spirituality, when a person dies, their spirit, their soul has not died. This person in reality, because inside this body, this person you're seeing, this beautiful lady here that you're seeing that is talking to you, this pretty Gloria, is a soul. I'm a spirit. And in the spirit world, all my soul prior to coming in, before coming in, was not called Gloria. My soul or my spirit before coming in was not Mama who, Mama this. I was not the child of my mother. I just chose all these things that I'm going to come in. I'll be called Gloria. I'll grow as this. I'll be taken through this. I'll be taken through that. I'll go through this. I'll go through this. And that is my story. That is my purpose in this story called life. In this movie called life. So when everybody comes in, they have a purpose. And when your purpose is done, you're not going to remain here. You're supposed to go back from wherever it is that you came from. But we'll get back into all those other things later. We'll get back into those details in the next videos to come. So when you go out, you're not dead. The body, this body here, the hands you're seeing are like this cloth. This material, this white cloth that I'm wearing. Like in this current character, take it as a movie. Like when you're watching those movies and today, Angelina Jolie, well, she came to my head, let's use that. Let's use her as an example. Today, she's in the movie Salt and she's called a certain name, maybe Angela. And in the next movie, she's called Jolie. And the other movie, she's called Sarah. Something like that. So life and these avatars, our bodies are avatars. I don't know if you've watched the movie Avatar. These are avatars. They're like costumes you put on. You wear it to your mission. You wear this body. You're given this body to your mission. And this body is supposed to escort you from the beginning of your mission to the end of your mission, to the end of your purpose. But you're not going with this body, but you're going with yourself. Yourself whose name is not Gloria. Yourself who doesn't identify with this body. Yourself that is your soul. That person that is within you, that doesn't identify with any part of your body. So when you die, you are supposed to leave this avatar. You're supposed to leave this cloth. It can be changed. Just like you change a cloth. In your next movie, in your next character. The reason why you die here, because when you go out, you're a spirit, you're a soul. It goes out of your body. But in the next movie you're going to be acting in the next life story that you're going to be moving in, you're going to get a new avatar. You're going to get a new character, a new body, and a new story. So your ancestors have transitioned, they have not died. So death is a transformation. Death is a stage, just as you're given birth to. Death too is like birth. When you're given birth to, that means you left something behind. By the time you come out through your mother's womb, and then you're taken through, like out of your mother's womb in the hospital, that means there is a certain place you left to come here. So death, as such, is also like birth. You leave this realm, the physical realm, this one that we call the physical reality, you leave it and transcend and go back to where it is that you came from when they gave back to you. Where you came from before being Gloria, where you came from before being your mother's child. That is where you go to. So it doesn't mean you've died. You've only transitioned, because death is a stage that we transition through, and birth is also a stage that we also transition through. So our ancestors are not dead people. Well, they have transitioned. But we don't worship dead people, but we believe that when you have someone, if your mom has been here, just as close as you've been with your mom. My mom has been good, your mom has been sweet, or your sister has been so good to you, your grandmother, and they don't have to really be good. There are also others that will go and you're not really in good terms with them, but they will still be your ancestors. But let's take, for example, that sweet grandmother of yours that was so sweet to you and she has passed away. So if she passes away, are you going to carry all her pictures and throw them out of the house because she passed away? Yeah, well, she's a dead person. Throw all those pictures. Throw. Well, you can as well throw away the property that she's leaving you. Yeah, you can as well throw away the land. You won't throw it away. Why do we still keep pictures of people that are deceased in our families? It's because they were part of our story. They are part of who we are. They are part of our family. They are part of your story. So we believe that these relationships don't die. Because your grandmother has died, she doesn't cease to be your grandmother. She's still your grandmother even on the other side. Your uncle is still your uncle even on the other side. When he goes out of this body, he can still see you. The only problem, he is no longer physical for you to see him, but for him, he can see you. Because you don't have the gift to perceive him. without the physical body. But he can still see you from the other side. He can still visit you. He can always come and check up on you. What is Gloria doing? How are these people's lives going? That is why at times you wake up from your dream and you're like, I saw my late aunt in my dream. And you're very scared. I had a bad dream. That is your aunt. It was not a bad dream. It's just that when you woke up, you could still have memories of this dream in you. You could still see or remember what you saw in your dream. So we believe that when your close aunt or someone that has died goes on, they're still your relative. They're not strangers because they have passed on. They just went out of their body. So when they go out of their body, they still care about you. They still think about you. Your auntie still thinks of you. Your uncle still thinks of you. They still love you. So they forward see things for you on the other side. You don't know how many battles, what things your ancestors have prevented from happening to you. What bad things. They fight your battles even without you knowing. They don't have to get a mic like, Stella, we're out here fighting this battle for you. We are protecting you. So every time they're protecting you, they come to your dream. Stella, we are protecting you. We want to inform you. You're under protection by your ancestors. No, it's not like that. They are still family. This is why on the physical side, it is our duty to remember our ancestors, to respect. We don't worship them because we believe there is one overall creator, one God. Just as we have been told in these other religions we have God. Same thing with African spirituality. Though most people don't always have this thing like this juju. This is all under creation. This is all, whether you perceive it in a negative light, whether you perceive it in a positive light, like it or not, whatever it is that you call juju, it is under the same God that created you. It is the same God that created you, that created this entire thing and this person that you're calling a witch. And if they're praying and making any kinds of prayers, trust me, you can be rest assured they're praying to the same God as you're praying. The only difference is you've been brainwashed and you've been told that this person that is doing this thing, so-called witchcraft, that you feel is so scary, that is so demonic, is serving the devil or something like that. No, honey. This juju person and you are praying to the same God and getting answers from the same God. Yes. I had to pause. I wanted to let that land. I wanted it to land. We are all praying to the same person. So we don't worship ancestors because the only person that is supposed to be worshipped is the God above, the creator. But we honor our ancestors because they are on the spiritual side, and we believe that them being on the spiritual side, they are closer. They are closer. More closer than us. Like they're closer to God. They're closer to the spirit side. They're closer to the energies, to the cosmos, to everything that is beyond us. So them being all over the other side, we believe, just like we're in this football match, just like a captain is always outside the field when players are playing and overlooking like, why did he do that? Why is he playing this? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he take that path? Why didn't he do that? That is our ancestors. Our ancestors are the captains outside the movie because they're out of the movie, but they're not dead. They're still seeing things for us. If someone is going to hurt you, you don't know how many things you've escaped because your ancestors stopped it from happening to you. Your ancestors are always there watching. How is Gloria surviving? How is her life? Okay, this person wants to hurt her and she doesn't know. They'll go in, they'll intervene, they'll find a way of preventing it from happening to you. So they are the captains, our captains. We are the footballers inside the match, and they are the captains outside, overlooking our situation. How are our lives going? So when we intercede, when we pray and ask them for help, when we seek their guidance, when we seek their help, they are interceding on our behalf. They are watching over us. They are protecting us. That is the concept of African spirituality. And it is our duty on this side, just as it is their duty on the other side, to watch over us, to make sure that, oh, she's okay, this guy is okay, we left them, they're still okay, they're good. Well, they're having something, something is not right. She doesn't look happy, because they can see us. She doesn't look happy. Why? What happened? Well, she's having issues in her marriage. She's having this and this, something like this is happening, you know? So nothing that I've talked about today is evil. There is no part in my story where I'm mentioning that when we go to the ancestors, we are going to the devil. That, no, please, we are going to the Satan. We are going to consult Satan. No, it is your own people. And it is our duty on this side to remember our people. Just as you would like your grandma to know that you still think about them, your grandmothers to know that you still think about them, your uncle to know that you still think about him. It's the same thing. Just like you wake up and greet your parents and show them that, okay, I respect you, I honor you, you're my mom, you're my dad. It's the same thing. We pray and seek guidance and seek help from our ancestors, because they know better than us, because they are outside the game. They can see what we can see. They can see tomorrow that you can see. They can see what caused this and yet you can't see it. So when you seek guidance through your ancestors, you're not worshipping the devil. It is not demonic like you've been told. This is why I started with that song. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. Let us free ourselves from mental slavery. When colonialism came in, when our slave masters came in, they made us believe that our own beliefs, that our own traditions, that our own spirituality is evil. And that whatever it is that they brought us, the Christianity and the book and the Bible that they brought us, is the righteous way, is the right road, and our own is evil. It is like someone waking up and one day, like I've grown up with my mom. For the last 26 years, I've known my mom. She's my mom, she's good, she's sweet, she's caring, and someone just wakes up suddenly one day and comes and tells me, you know what? I have a new mom for you. You know, I have a better mom for you. Excuse me. I have a better mom for you. This mom is better than your mom. Your mom is a witch. And I'm like, but my mom has never been a witch. I've been staying with my mom for the last 26 years. She's a witch. I'm telling you, she's a witch. And then, just like that, you accept it like, okay, well, I think he's right. Maybe, I don't know. With no reason. We were not given reason why our spirituality is evil. We were not given any reasons why our spirituality should be called demonic. Tell me one reason why it should be called demonic other than you growing up just knowing that this is evil and this is right. Because we are all just born into it. I was born in a Christian family. I was born a Catholic. I grew up knowing Christianity, and everything outside Christianity and Islam was evil. That was what I was raised to know. But I never understood why. Why was it called evil? And why would someone that imprisoned you, someone that took your people, someone that brought slavery, when he came with that Bible, when the white man came with that Bible, they didn't just bring Christianity. When the white man came with that Bible, he didn't just come with peace. There was no peace in between there. They didn't come in peace. If you go back to history and everything we have been taught through school, when they came, it is during the times they brought Christianity, it is during the times they brought Islam, the same times our people was taken for slavery. It is during these same times that our lands were grabbed, and during these struggles, people were killed. A lot of our fellow Africans were killed. Our grandfathers and great-grandfathers, our ancestors, died in the struggles against the white man. And it is during these times that they introduced these good religions. These good, beautiful religions, and deemed our own religion, well, let me call it religion, but our own spirituality, it is not a religion, but our own spirituality and our own beliefs, evil. Why is that? Why during these times when there's slavery, that brought slavery, why does it come in during that time that, you know, your own is this and this is good? Take on this, take that Bible. And when you need help, you call on Jesus. And why is it that all the movies that have been putting out there, all these movies of Jesus have always been portraying a white man? Have you seen any movie minus recently when I don't know what happened. They started changing some of it. I think they realized people are waking up and then they will start portraying Jesus as a black man. I've seen something like that before. But why is it that then when they came, during the same time they were taking us for slavery, taking our lands, taking our resources, taking everything from us, why is it then that it is during these times that our spirituality too was deemed demonic and deemed evil? There must be something, like there's a question mark there. So Africans, let's wake up. So you wake up and come and tell me my mom is evil, and you give me a new mom. And I grow up knowing this mom is my mom. And every time my mom approaches me, the one that used to be my mom prior to this new mom coming, I'm told, ooh, when you see her run, she's very evil. When you see her, be scared, run. It's like this. Be scared. So when a kid grows up in that family where the original mother was deemed demonic, or maybe, let me give the best example. Let's say there are two, let's say you're a married woman and a married man, and you have two kids. And when you have these two kids, you get into some sort of chaos, something happens in the family, and you hit for divorce, and it reaches a point where you have to divorce. And one of you takes, and one parent takes the boy and the other one takes the girl. But then each of you, or maybe one of you, starts telling, maybe the father has taken the boy, and this boy was very young. By the time your parents separated, they were very young. And this father or mother chooses to start telling this kid that, you know, your mother was a very bad person. Your mother is evil. She did this, she did that, she did this, she did that. But this boy was not aware at the age they separated what was going on, because they were kids. It's the same thing with us. When we grew up or when we were born into these religions because they already existed. And in these religions, they had already painted us, painted our roots, painted our spirituality black. They had painted it demonic. They had already painted it. So it's very understandable for someone to grow up thinking, well, African spirituality is evil. It's very understandable. But then the question is, until when? Until when is this emotion, I don't know, well, I can even call it emotional blackmail, because to me it is. But until when is this mental blackmail going to go ahead, this mental slavery and this disrespect going to be allowed to continue going on? We as Africans, until when are we going to keep tolerating? There's a post I saw where someone on TikTok was asking, like, how would someone that enslaved you, how would someone that took you with chains in your neck, during that same time, like you're chained? Our ancestors were made to cross big oceans, seas, with chains on their hands, with chains around their necks, with chains on their legs. And some of them died in these seas. Some of them died in these waters. So how would someone that doesn't have mercy for you, someone that takes your land, takes your resources, and takes everything away from you, love you enough to give you the right information, to give you the right religion, and to pass on to you the right beliefs? How would you trust someone like that? Like, okay, you chained me, but give me that religion. You chained me, give me that Christianity. You chained me, give me that Islam. Give it to me. Like, how would you trust someone that is choking you? I couldn't say they're choking you. They're mistreating you. Like, they've taken everything that belongs to you. They've taken your life. They've destroyed your life. They've destroyed everything that you were prior to them coming. And then they give you a Bible and they tell you, this is where you seek God from. From now onwards, whatever it is that you knew is evil. From now onwards, whatever you believed is evil. From now onwards, this is your truth, and this is who you are, and this is what is going to define you. And you have to close your eyes, kneel, and pray. And by the time my people woke up, the lands were gone. They were just left with the books, the Bibles in their hands, and the word. And henceforth, we became preachers. Nobody loves Christianity like Africa. We have the biggest number. And recently I was also thinking, like, back then, is when I used to bleach. Is when I was so much into it. I loved the idea of changing my skin color. I loved the idea of looking different because I used to see my mom, my aunties, my friends, a lot of people, bleaching their colors, bleaching their skin complexions because they want to look white. And I did it for not so many years, but for some years, 3-4 years, I was doing it. But recently I was asking myself this question. And I would like also you guys to take this question in mind too. Why is it that there are no creams, there are no chemicals that are being made to turn the white skin complexion to the black complexion? Why is it that? Why does it have to be the dark complexion or the chocolate complexion, turning our complexion to look white? What does that call for? What does that mean? Why have we been brainwashed to think that our skin complexions are not beautiful? That currently, it took me a lot of time to settle in this color and feel like, okay, Gloria, this color is beautiful and you're very beautiful like this. You look good. You're amazing. You look okay. You don't need to change it. It took me time transforming from the other mindset that the other color is more beautiful than mine. And a lot of our African brothers, every time they're doing their videos, you always notice the ladies in these videos, they always make it a point to always make sure that they put the white girls. Because to them, they feel the white girls are more beautiful than the African girls. The white complexion is more beautiful than my own complexion. That other mother is more beautiful than my mother because she's white. We have been made to think and hate our own. We have been brainwashed. There are no chemicals on the market that changes the white skin color to the black complexion. Africans keep that in mind. But we as Africans, we are very proud. They have even brought for us injections. Glutathione and everything. We have injections, IV drips, where you put it on your hand and the next 4 weeks you're different. They can no longer tell whether it is Gloria or it is, I don't know. So the question is, why are we so self-hating? Why are we so, I don't know the best way to put it, but why do we as Africans hate ourselves so much, hate our history so much, hate our spirituality so much, hate our roots so much, that we have to carry other people's beliefs? that we have to carry other people's beliefs and traditions and whatever it is that they want us to believe in. They introduce this, we take it on. They introduce this, we take it on. I was seeing something that my friend posted. He said it was a post, he reshared it. I don't reposted it, reshared it or whatever. It was saying that countries like India, countries like Singapore were also colonized by the British. But these countries did accept the British to come in, but they didn't take on their beliefs. They retained their own beliefs. They retained their own spirituality. They retained their own traditions. Yes, they were colonized, but they refused the idea of Jesus. They refused the idea of Christianity. These countries, India, Singapore, refused the idea of Islam. They retained their Buddhas, their Krishna, their gods, and their beliefs, and their traditions, and their spirituality. And today, Singapore is richer and way richer than their own colonial masters, than their own colonizers. And why is that? India is far, way far in medicine, this post read. It is very advanced in medicine. Each and every person that has a heart problem, the biggest percentage, everybody is being taken to India. Why is that? They retained their traditions. They retained their beliefs. They retained their knowledge. They retained that they knew, because African spirituality too, we have knowledge, healing knowledge. We have knowledge. Our ancestors passed down knowledge. Tons and tons and tons of knowledge. And why is it that Africa is so behind? India is in front medically, science, everything it's in front. Singapore has grown way even better than the masters themselves. But where is Africa? Africa is still chasing after visas to go to Canada. Africa is still chasing visas to go to Dubai. Africa is still chasing visas to go to the UK. They took everything and left us with nothing, and left us with hope in asking. Our governments are always taking loans from them because they took our resources. And when you look back at Africa, so many of our resources are still being taken until today. So many of the investors in Africa, they're all white. We have very few investors in Africa. We have very few minerals, very few infrastructures, very few things that really belong to us, like this is for Africa. Even our own airports are being owned by China. And why is that? Mental slavery. We are still slaves. We were given freedom with our bodies and made to think we are free. But the truth is, as Africans, as Africa as a continent, we are not free. We are not free politically. We are not free in regards to finances, wealth, and everything. Economically, we are not free. We are not free spiritually. We are not free spiritually. And also we are not free mentally. So it is up to us to get into ourselves and wake up. Nobody can wake you up. It is only you that can wake yourself up. It is up to us to wake up and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. It is time for us as Africans to embrace. It is time for us as Africans to reclaim our roots. It is time for us as Africans to reclaim our spirituality. It is time for us as Africans to reclaim our true identity, because our spirituality, our history is our roots, it is our identity, and it is who you are, it is who I am. That Christianity doesn't define you, Islam doesn't define you. It is something that was brought to you and you accepted and you decided to live with. But African spirituality is you. It is where your roots lie. It is where your DNA comes from. Your DNA is not white. You're genetically African. So it is time for us as Africans to wake up and embrace our spirituality and embrace our roots and honor who we are and honor our heritage. Yeah, so if you like this video, please continue coming for more videos on this kind of content, on these kinds of topics, because I'm going to be going deeper into African spirituality. I want to wake my people up. I want to create awareness. Join me on this journey as I reclaim, as we embrace, as I urge my fellow Africans, as I urge you to reclaim your heritage, to reclaim our heritage, to reclaim who we are. So join me on this journey and discover who you are, get to understand who you are, get to understand your history, get to understand where you came from and why you are where you are and why things in your life are what they are today. So with that being said, in the upcoming videos, I'll be going deeper into specific aspects of African spirituality, specifically the African traditional beliefs of the Western people of Nigeria, the Yoruba people of Western Nigeria, the Isheshe tradition. So I'll be diving deep and giving you more insights of this rich tradition, of this rich heritage, and join me and enjoy with me. So if you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. So see you guys in my next video, where I'm going to be introducing to you those deeper aspects of African spirituality, particularly my own tradition, the Isheshe tradition, Ifa tradition of West Africa, of the Yoruba people of Nigeria, present day Nigeria. So guys, don't forget to comment. If you learned anything in this video, please feel free to leave your comment down here. But if you also have questions, if you feel like I've challenged you, because I believe not everybody is going to be like, Gloria is right. No, there are always those ones that are going to feel like, what did she say? What did she say? What is she saying? What is she saying? Please, you too, if you're out there and you feel I've challenged your beliefs, I've attacked your beliefs, or in any way I've challenged you, comment down below. Let me know and I'll give you a reply in the next video. I'll get back. And if those guys that have questions, if you have questions about this particular topic, all these other things that I mentioned, spirituality, mental health, purpose, if you have anything, well, I'm going to get into details of those in the upcoming videos. But if you have anything in what we talked about in today's video, if there's something you didn't understand, if there's something or a topic that you'd want me to go deeper into, please feel free to comment down here. Comment down below this video. And thank you. So guys, it has been Gloria, your girl Gloria, and it was nice having this talk with you. Remember, you're African. Be proud of who you are and be proud of your heritage. So nice having you guys here, and see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.